So I've seen a lot of Mustangs in my life, and I'm standing in front of what, in my opinion, might be one of the nicest S197s I've ever seen. I've known the owner of this car for several years now. We've been trying to get out in our studio, and finally today it's here, and he's here to tell us all about it. So here at Don, who's the owner of this beautiful 2013, and again, I've seen you for years at different events, different things. We both go to Rev, obviously, you know, I know you're a good fan of Rev too. And this car just keeps getting better. It's been gorgeous as long as I can remember, yet every time I see it, you do something else to it. And the best part about it is I know you drive it. I mean, you came out to our event at Pitts in the rain with this thing after driving it on the Dragon, which is really cool. But tell us and tell our fans here about this car. You know, how did this get to the level that it is now?
It started out I wanted a Fox body.
Okay.
Had a hard time finding a Fox body.
Now, how long ago was this?
3 years ago. Three years ago, COVID. You know, I know COVID hurt most people. It was a blessing for me because of the outdoor store. Everybody was doing stuff outdoors. Business was through the roof. I'm working 7 days a week.
Same with the cars.
I'm working 7 days a week. I'm like 12, 15-hour days. So after that came about, I told the wife, I said, I'm buying something. I looked at some Fox bodies that fell through, and then I stumbled across this at a used car lot. It was a one-owner car, 13,600 miles on it. Really good price. I pulled the trigger. I mean, I pulled up in the driveway, said, hey, jump in the car. She's like, why? I said, just bring your keys and your wallet. I said, you got to drive the truck home. And that was the start of it. When I was looking for a Fox body, I always knew I wanted a shaved engine bay, wire tuck, you know, what everybody wants on a Fox body. Went to Revolution, met them guys, became real good friends. We started in stages over the winter. We did some paint work under the hood, did the polished supercharger, GT500 valve covers polished, and the car looked great then.
And did you have Mustangs before?
I've had several.
Okay, that's
I've
what
had
I thought.
several.
I know you have a couple more you kind of have in the woods right now.
They've all been
too.
Fox bodies.
Okay.
I've had everything from convertibles. I even had a 68 that was a tube chassis car with a 460 in it. But I just never finished them.
Gotcha.
You know, other ones, I had another green Fox that I let go when I bought my business. You know, I had to do the smart businessman.
Yeah,
you know,
we see
responsibilities.
It happen all the time. Yep.
Everybody's car is their own. They can do what they want.
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of graphics. I just want it smooth.
Well, this fits that bill for sure.
So the first winter, we did the little painted the overflow cans, polished the supercharger, like I said. Then went out, did some shows with that, did pretty good. And I was like, all right, what can we do next? And we kind of had a meeting, and me, the guys from Rev and Calvin, which you know real well.
Yep. Yeah, we featured his Bullet, which Calvin's work is next level
unbelievable.
For sure. Yeah.
We sat down at Rev one day, and we were also sitting back looking at the car, and everybody's like, I was like, I want to do a wire tuck.
Which not many people have done on this car, with the ABS being where it is and the fuse box and stuff. Yeah, that's not an easy process.
Like you said, I've been to Ponies and Smokies, I've been to Myrtle Beach. There's one other car running around PA, a silver one that's a partial wire tuck, but he didn't go as far as like the ABS brakes and all that stuff. When we decided to do it, we all sat back because I knew Calvin was going to do the paint work, and I knew Rev was going to do the fab work and everything else. So we sat back, and everybody from Rev, Calvin, we sat back and we're like, all right, what if we put like a gray color wheel on the car, and then one person was like, let's do the Willwood, do big brake kit around it and do the calipers to match the roll bar. So everybody had an input. So we're like, all right. So second winter, we did the wire tuck.
Okay.
I was kind of surprised when I walked in. I seen somebody sitting in my engine bay with a grinder, and Dylan's just going to town.
If you've never done it, that is the process. Right. Hours and hours of grinders sitting there.
And this is the first one they've ever wire tucked. I mean, but I was like, all right. And I mean, they just went above and beyond as far as polishing the AC lines. I mean, it was.
Yeah, if you know the engine bay of a S197, you see this.
I was blown away.
It was insane what they did. But that's Rev. I mean, that's what they do.
Yeah, they take pride in their work. So the wire tuck was done the second winter, and then showed it again in people got blown away. Did Myrtle Beach. It was in a bunch of Roush displays. Roush loves the car. And then I was offered a significant amount of money at Myrtle Beach for this car.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a guy came up and offered me 80. And I was like,
really?
I was like, I was like, you know.
I mean, for a 2013?
It was tempting, but then I thought to myself, what could I get for it once we do the interior? Because we had the whole plan of what we were going to do with the interior, rear seat delete, you know, all that. So I turned it down. I kind of felt that I owed it to Rev and them guys
to finish the project.
Because we had the plan. So came home that winter. I said, look, this is what we're going to do. Car needs to be done in March so I can go to Ponies and the Smokies. Let's, you know, Calvin got Best of Show 2022.
Yeah, say the
he
year
got
before.
2022. Yep. I said, let's see if we can't get 23. So we did it all. Did come up a little short at there. Did end up getting Best Roush, so I did get my Moonshine Jug. I was happy about that. That was one of my goals for this season. And that led us to where we're at.
Now, from stories I was told, some of the modifications, particularly under the hood, you weren't even told about.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they took some liberties with their car when they had it.
I mean, I trust them guys, obviously, with my car. I mean, they're not going to do nothing to make the car not what it is.
Yeah.
So we're getting towards the end. I'm in there, and I say, hey, Mike, where's my intake tube? He goes, oh, I got a surprise for you. The intake tube was when we originally did it was a gloss black.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, maybe they're gonna do the carbonized gray.
Nope.
But if you know Calvin, he's real big on like neon green.
He likes stuff to pop.
Yes. Yeah. And they popped the hood, and there it was in Velocity Blue, and I was just like,
and it looks amazing.
I was
it's such a nice touch, and that's just like a Calvin signature move.
Right. When I first heard about it, I was kind of cringing, and then I was like, oh, this looks good. So there's one other thing that might happen, which we talked about, add a little bit more blue, but we'll see over this winter.
Now, this is not just, I mean, people are gonna watch this video and be like, show car. But I know you drive this car. I've seen you drive it in the rain. I've seen you drive it on the Dragon. Yeah. And I mean, it makes power too, doesn't it? Like, it's actually a somewhat fast car.
Yeah, oh yeah, it'll surprise a lot of people. But the power that we did put into it, it's kind of wasted because you know, an S197, they're not going to hook.
Yeah, unless you put some money in the suspension.
And it's, you know, I don't know, I don't care who you are, no matter how much horsepower you have, there's always going to be somebody with more.
With more, yeah.
And you're just chasing a number. Even the mufflers are polished. So I'm getting ready to do an indoor show in Timonium. So
you'll be that guy with the mirrors underneath.
I'm going to be that guy the week before on the quick lift, laying underneath the car, polishing the mufflers just because they're there. But other than that, I mean, interior, I mean, I could put a stereo system, but that's just not me.
Yeah, yeah.
And like you said, I got a 84 Fox that we're going to do that will probably give this a run for the money.
Now, for people watching who want to see this car in person, you're going to say you're going to be at Pitts this year. Is it going the Mustang Week? Is it going? I'm hoping you'll be here for CAT. I know you couldn't make it this year.
I couldn't make it this year because my business had. I know next year not to have our big sale that weekend. Ponies and the Smokies definitely. Myrtle Beach is up in the air because it's opening week of bow season in Maryland, which is my busy season. I just got back from Ocean City Cruise, did that. I went to Woodward Dream Cruise.
You usually have it at Carlisle too.
Yep, Carlisle. Woodward Dream Cruise was cool. I did Mustang Alley. If anybody's a car person, you got to do that.
That is a bucket list event. Been there a couple times and absolutely.
Did Mustang Memories up in Michigan at
also
Ford
a great
headquarters.
show. Yep. Yeah, Moxham and Mike. Yep, they do a great job with that show.
Car got a lot of love, and you know, it's just been a blast, and it's fun to drive. It was a lot of work from 3 different companies, basically, and that's where we came to.
Well, again, thank you for bringing it in. And again, guys, if you want to see this car in person, it'll definitely be at a bunch of shows this summer. We'll try to probably have it near CJ's at some point too. Stop by and check it out.